Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy days today. We're on our way to Santa Pod. Obviously, following on from the last video, we finally got done literally last minute due to no thanks to Tom. So yeah, we fixed the car. We're all loaded, all on the trailer. Tom's car's ready. Let's get on the road, let's get to Pod. Let's see how we get on. Good morning. At Santa Pod, we arrived late last night around, I think it was 9 o'clock, so it was dark, so I didn't do no filming. It's now 9:30. We're all set up. We're literally ready for the track to open. It's a beautiful day. Car's had a quick once over this morning. Everything's looking good. As soon as the lanes open, we'll be on our way and we'll get some runs in. So in the staging lanes, we're literally just letting the car warm up. About to get the first run in. Let's get this monkey off my back. Let's get the first run nice and slow, race the 8. Shitting bricks if I'm honest. If the camera's not shaking, my hands certainly are. Let's get some temperature and let's get round to the starting line. So what can I say? Didn't really go to plan. We got into stage and for some reason we found a bit of a water leak, so they pushed us back. So we're just letting Tom go, get his first run ever out of the way, and then we'll go back, find the water leak, and fingers crossed get out this, the next hour or so. So we found the exhaust, the water leak. It looks like it's coming out the exhaust. So we're going to take the exhaust off, clean it and put it back on. Determined is basically there's water in the exhaust, so we're going to try and get up temperature, just try and see if we can evaporate some of the water off and get it to drip out the exhaust box, and fingers crossed within an hour or so of just doing heat cycles we'll get rid of all the water and we can go back out. All the blame of the butler Ian Birch, who washed my car yesterday. It's the butler's fault. Where are we up to? We've done a heat cycle. We think we've got the water out of the exhaust for the time being. We lost some water through a pipe clip, so we've had to redo the water system. We've had to re-bleed it all, top it all up. I'm just doing a heat cycle now to make sure there's no other leaks, no other pressure issues, nothing else to go on at. So far so good. We've been running about 5 minutes and it's still showing 0 on the temperatures, which is a good thing because it does take around 20 minutes, half an hour to warm up. So fingers crossed. It's 1:30. We're going to try and get at least one run in today and go from there. So I'm back in my dancing gear. We've got the water out of the exhaust pad, little stings. We've rebled the system. We are, fingers crossed, going to get into the lanes. They're a bit of a queue at the moment. We're going to let the queues go down and then we're going to get in and we're going to see if we can at least get one run today, see where we end up and see if we can just get something from today. I'll be happy to do one run, car still in one piece, put it back on the trailer, but there's still plenty of time to go. Let's see where we end up. the monkey off the back. First one in 2 years. First one with the new power. Yeah, super happy. We completed the run. To be fair, I didn't even think, you know, it was even going to be, you know, as fast as it was. I did I think an 11.3, which, yeah, in some terms isn't the quickest, but if I can get the in-car video, I was so gentle off the start, so gentle into the third, because I thought the back end was going to step up. You've seen the early videos. So to go in super softly, super slow, and taking it very easy, 11.3, first hit, I'll take that, and it still runs. For me, that's a win-win all round. We're going to try and go for another one. We'll see how we get on. It's getting a bit later in the day. We'll see. But at the end of the day, one and done. Go home happy. Let's see what the rest of the next hour brings, and see if we can get out back on that track to get another one. What an interesting weekend. Just turned 9 o'clock. Just landed back at home, unloaded the car, you know, put the trailer back into storage. So let's tell you what's happened. The previous clip was me doing, basically getting a run in. So obviously what you'll see is, you've seen the problem with first one up. We got kicked off because we were dropping water, which turned out to be the exhaust. Then we spent most of the day then trying to dry the exhaust system out. So we would run the engine, just the front one, up to temperature, try and get some heat in the exhaust system to try and get rid of all the water in the exhaust. By just after lunchtime, we'd seem to have cleared it up. I got a little bit of sealant because there was a slight pinhole on the exhaust box, bit of sealant on it, left it half an hour to set. The car was not leaking water no more. So we decided then we would go up and get a run in. Everything was going fine. Got up to the run. So to tell you what my plan was for the weekend, there was no need to be a hero. There's full season for the car. This is the first time I've driven it in 2 years. The first time I've driven it with this power. First time I've driven it with the new suspension. First time I've driven it properly with the undershield. There's a lot of firsts. So in my head, I said to myself, I'm going to take it really easy. Take my time. Don't push it too much, especially on the first run. We'll just go A to B, nice and gentle. And realistically, I was going to race the 8th mile. Do a little bit on the 8th, see how I felt. Race the 8th, get the car dialed in. That was my plan. So with it being so late in the day, I thought, we'll just take it so easy, take our time. Let's just get an A to B, make sure nothing, as stupid as it sounds, falls off the car. Make sure it runs, make sure it gets up there, make sure it goes through all the gears together. Generally do just a kind of a test run. So pulls up to the start. Everything seems to be fine. Temperature's around, I think, 55 degrees on the clocks. Goes the run. Sets off nice and smooth. Not like a bat out of hell. Nice and smooth, sets off. Through first, out of boost, no problem. Into second, up onto boost, no problem. And now I'm thinking I'm coming up to the halfway mark-ish. Into third, starts again. All this is very slow, very methodical in my head. Right, stop, clutch in, into second, take your time. Don't need to break any records. Take it into that. So clutch in, nice and slow, into third, clutch out. Started giving a bit of power. Got to the halfway mark. And I thought to myself, do a stop, do a carry on. And I thought, well, it's quite, and this is all going through my head, bear in mind. So obviously think of the time scale that's going on that quarter mile time. This is all going through my head. And I thought, shall I stop? And I went in my head, no, let's just put it into fourth. And then let's see if we have any back end problems. Because previously the car would, you'd unload it out of third, onto fourth, load the boost, and it would start waving the back end. So I thought, well, we're taking it gently, we're taking it nice and slow, get into fourth, and let's just see what happens. Because we need to see whether we fix the back end problem. We need to see whether the suspension sorted it out. So into fourth, came onto boost, just put along, got to the finish line, let off, just before the line, and I thought that was a nice, smooth, gentle, not really, being aggressive with the car, not really trying to push it too hard, being really A to B, nice and smooth, nice and gentle. Got to the top of the run, pulled off to the side, super excited, cheering, super happy. Everything was, you know, I was chuffed because I'd gone A to B and there was no major failures. So I was expecting it, if I was being perfectly honest, I thought the time was going to be a 13.5, no, a mid 13ish, because I'd just taken it nice and slow. Got back to the pits, pulled in, I spoke to my friends, looked at the time, did an 11.3 at 116. Now, to be fair, I'm pleased with that time for how that went inside the car. I'm super chuffed because I never expected it to do that time, because I was so gentle with it. I was so slow with the gear change. I was just literally trying to get from one A to B, and that was it. I wasn't trying to break any records. I wasn't even trying to hit anywhere near that time. I was just literally trying to get through the gears nice and gentle. So to do that time, and you can physically see with the terminal speed at 116 mile an hour, I was not on power at all times. I was cruising along, I was taking it easy. But again, with that kind of time, it shows that the car's got the potential. It's got the power. On the short stints of where I had the power on the car, it got me up the quarter mile at a good speed. It's showing all the boxes are ticked. So after that, I decided we're going for another run. This is about half an hour later. It was about 4:30. Went for another run. The back engine was struggling to start, so the front engine was starting, but it just wasn't happy. So I thought I'll do a run on the front engine. I wanted to see, you know, how the car would respond with just one engine. Got to the starting line, went to set off in first. The car wouldn't go really anywhere. It was spluttering, and I just abandoned the run. And I kind of figure what we've done is we've fouled the plugs up on both the engines. The plugs are knackered, because what happened with the car was, obviously with us running it all day just doing heat cycles, with Olmecs it has a very strong cold start where it will go very rich on cold start. So we was just doing heat cycles all day long and it not really coming off the cold start and having enough to clean the plugs up. The exhaust is black sooted up, you can clearly see it, the plugs are knackered. So, going off where I wanted to be, I've done an A to B pass. The time was reasonable where I wanted to be. Well, I didn't want to be there, but it's reasonably time. It's showing the car's the potential. It's showing it's got where we need to be. It still runs, it still drives. We've got no issues with the car. I am super happy with the day. Before I left, I said to one of my friends, if I can go and do a couple of runs, drive off the trailer, drive it in, and not have to start doing major repair work, fully success for me. And that's what's happened. So I'm super chuffed. The weekend's been a success and I'm really happy. So where do we go from here with the car? The next test day is in I think 8 weeks. We're gonna miss that one. We're gonna leave that one out. And the sole reason being is I want to get this on this ramp. Don't have to do no major repair works for it. The car's done. Apart from changing spark plugs, I can literally put some spark plugs in, give it a once over, put it on the trailer and go racing. But I really want to, as I said in the previous video, I really want to get on with other projects. I want to start the van, I want to start the smart car, I want to get some things tidied up, I want to get some jobs finished off. So we're going to park the twin engine up now till around July time, where I think I've got race wars coming up, we've got another private test day coming up, we've got plenty more days to go at. But with it running, with it driving, with it just being simple, serviceable bits, let's not tempt fate, let's park it up, let's go with some other projects. So, full success, come home happy, it's not broken, let's get on with some other journeys, let's go with some other projects, let's see where we end up, and let's later in the year get it back out and let's start progressing on, adjusting suspension, you know, getting a bit more aggressive on the gear changes, trying to get the times down to where I think they should really be. I don't really know where it's going to end up. You know, I know these numbers I'd like to get, but let's not tempt fate. So I'm going to sign it off here at the end of the video. I need to you know, pack up and have some food. It's getting late. So successful weekend. Thank you for watching this video. Also, thank you for the people who came up to me on the day and interacted and said, you know, I'm watching your videos, I'm really enjoying them, you know, good stuff, keep them up, fantastic. I'm really chuffed on getting some really good feedback from you guys. So let's get on with some other projects. Let's get them in the workshop. Let's get some interesting content going on. The VXR Corsa, let's get that finished off. You know, the van, the smart car, there's lots of things to go. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Please tell your friends, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.